Heavy eyelids dragged salt across my eyeballs, blinking against the sun. A few seconds of bliss. And then, oh yeah, the world had ended. Great. That's just great. So, Riley, are you going to lay here in a stew? Are you going to curl up in a ball or cocoon and hide? Oh God, I just wanted to hide. No, what was the point in that? Sooner or later, those things would, well, find me, I guess. Whatever they were, the filthy little things. No, I'm not going to go down. Not without a fight, that's for sure. Oh God, the sun is high in the sky already. Half the day's gone. Okay, I must sort myself out. Get dressed. Go to the library. Yeah, let's check the library. I'm going to leave this house and find somewhere far more secure. So I dressed. Jeans, boots, tee, hoodie. And, well, anything I could cram into a backpack that may be useful. As I headed to the library, I really missed my bicycle. And had an eye open for a new one. Of course, the world is my oyster. I could take whatever I want. And I would. Because it wasn't just me now. It was me against them, whatever they were. I hated them. As I neared the library, I noticed the door was wide open. Didn't I close it? I'm sure I closed it. Maybe I didn't. I took the knife from my backpack, just in case, and slowed my pace. Looked around, scanning. No movement. I walked carefully and oh so quietly into the library. Something had shifted. Someone had been here. First of all, I didn't see anything. Then I saw it. An empty can of beans on the reception counter. No, I did not leave that there. I walked slowly around the desk. Behind it, well, was a blanket or two, and some books opened, a couple burned. I don't know if I was scared or excited, both I guess. My eyes darted around the room to see, well, if I could see anyone, or... No, they'd long gone. I knelt down and lay my palm on the blanket, imagining a person. A real live person lay here, took shelter. I wonder what they're like. I wonder what they're thinking. I wonder if they know about the things, the glowworms, as I like to call them. I wonder where they are now. I wonder if they saw my note. I scanned the whole library looking for, well, some kind of note from them. There was none. I was disappointed, but still happy there was someone close, or had been. I lingered for a while, then got the maps out again. I spread them out on the table and looked for, well, yes, a large house or building. I was going to move into the most fortified, suitable building I could find in this town. Now, let me see. My fingers traced the roads, the fields, the buildings, the names. Ah, the Manor. Why didn't I think of it before? I went there once on a school trip. It's not lived in. It's all, well, like a museum almost. But it's high on a hill, with views all across the town. It was wonderful. I was really taken with it. The secret passages, the ornate panelling, the huge wall that encompassed the whole of the hill almost. there was a well. It was in the middle of a maze, but hey, can't have everything. I folded the map up and put it in my backpack and decided to, yes, I'm going to leave another note. I wrote a quick note explaining who I was and where I was going, and then no, I don't know who this person is. I just wrote a large note and pinned it to the door. I was here. I'll be back again. And I would be. I knew it. I would check that library as often as I could. But for now, just the thought of it made me feel good. Whoever they were, they had to be a good person, didn't they? I guess I had to be wary. I made my way to the manor. It took, several hours. Damn, I should have taken some supplies. Wow, it was so worth it. It had electric gates, but of course they weren't working, so I just pushed my way through. I'll chain them back up later with something. I walked up the gravel drive. I liked the noise it made. I know I didn't want people to hear me, but I thought maybe in the future, anyone approaching, I would hear them. The crunch under my boots was so satisfying. I feel I didn't even care. I didn't creep. I just walked, marched even, up to the front door and knocked the knocker, as if I was, a relative. A long-lost ancestor, maybe. Who knows? Maybe I was. Of course it was locked. Big, thick, heavy oak door. No chance of getting in there, I thought. Damn it. I slowly walked the perimeter. Wow, this place was large. I noted the maze. I loved that as a child. I was just so good at it, always being good at puzzles. It was easy once I worked it out. And the well, it was covered over, obviously, for safety. All those school kids, well, who'd want one of those down to the bottom? I resisted the urge to go and check it out. I had to get inside. It was already late afternoon and I didn't want to go anywhere else tonight and I needed cover. Finally, I got to the side. There was a small window. It looked a bit flimsy and it was only one pane, and one of the only ones that wasn't diamond-leaded. I smashed it and squeezed in, scraping some of my skin on the glass as I did. It was a small bathroom. My feet crunched on the glass as I jumped down. "Honey, I'm home," I said, trying to swallow a lump of fear, as I looked out of the bathroom into the gloomy hallway.